attention to business that I'm conducting. The way I compliment any production. See, I remember all the time they used to laugh at me. So I'd like to welcome you all to my masterpiece. This is greatness displayed that you're witnessing. This is greatness.
So first off, congratulations on the release of this project, Greatness Displayed, the EP. AC, man, it's been a long time coming for you. And I know this is something that you've been working towards for quite a while. Tell us the inspiration behind this track, especially with this being the name of your brand, your company. What inspired you and why this track and this beat exactly, if you could explain that?
Okay. First off, I appreciate the congratulations. Actually, I've been sitting on that beat for a while. Like, I had originally wrote a song to it with the same chorus, but some of the song was dated, and I had went on to work on a lot of other things, and then when it came time for me to release some more music, it was actually like perfect timing because, you know, I had just filled out the paperwork. I got the actual paperwork for the company. So I'm like, let's just introduce everything. So then it became that I have this song, Greatness Displayed, that I can rework because, like, only a handful of people have heard it from me. Like, I performed it at some open mics and stuff like that way back in the day. So I'm like, some people heard it, but revisiting it and updating it to now seemed like the most logical decision for my actual introduction into the business side of it. And at the same time, the beat is dope. Like, shout out to Jay Skills. Like, it's an amazing beat. What's crazy is I was actually going through some old beat battle footage, and he played this beat against Li way back in the day. And it tripped me out, and I was like, oh, and this was like way before I even heard the beat.
And Li is actually one of the producers on another one of the tracks.
Like, it's
EP
full
too,
circle.
Right?
Like, I met Li through Skills because he was coming to the studio with Skills at the time. So
but what does, if I could chime in, what does Greatness Displayed mean? Because again, this is your brand, this is your imprint, what you've always shouted on your tracks. What does it mean for those that you want to convey that across?
Greatness Displayed to me is the best version of you that you can put forward is you displaying your greatness. So you in your best form at any given time is displaying greatness, whether you play basketball, you do music, you're a lawyer, even if you just work at a restaurant, whatever it is, if you're handling your business, then that's Greatness Displayed to me. Because it's like,
that's what's
and
up.
it ain't even like, so we'll just take the sports analogy. It's not the person that scores 30 a game or anything like that, because that person that scores 30 a game can't do it without that person that grabs all the rebounds. So the person that's grabbing all the rebounds is displaying their greatness as much as the person that's scoring 30 points a game. So it's really just putting forth the best you at all times. That's displaying greatness.
Okay.
I need all minds plus interest. Apologize in advance for all this greatness you about to witness. In my lane, so I'm cool with the gangsters and the misfits. And trust me, it was always by design that I did this.
So with design, this one has your delivery is real subtle, but you're able to put your emotion and your personality into it. Was that intentional, or what was it that inspired, at least to me, the approach in the delivery, if that makes sense?
So the delivery was more intentional than other songs because this is not a typical quote unquote AC beat.
Okay.
Like as far as like what I'm known for, what I rap on.
Yeah.
Like people are used to me rapping on like more laid back tracks, and this is like 808 heavy with kicks and snares, and you know, like it the beat sounds trappish. So what I decided
kind of
to
with
do,
that dark feel to it. Yeah.
yeah, like it. I love beats like that.
Yeah.
I just don't get to rap on them because nobody sends them to me. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let me show people what I can do to a beat like that.
Okay.
So at the same time, it was also like, shout out to Contracts.
All right.
Like
all right.
That's
from Contracts?
Yeah, that's Contracts.
All right.
Like that, like me getting that beat was crazy because we just linked up. Like he invited me to his spot. Like he like, man, just come through, man. Like I was like, yeah, I want to play you some music and stuff. He was like, yeah, I want to play you some beats.
Yeah.
So it was like this organic thing. Like I came over, we kicked it. You know what I'm saying?
Forced.
It wasn't forced or nothing like that. Like, cause me and him already had a rapport.
Yeah.
But then like I came over, we kicked it. We smoked, and you know what I'm saying, I was drinking a beer and shit, and we were just in the backyard, in his backyard, talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then like he pulled the laptop out and started playing beats. Like, and I first I played him some music, then he played me some beats.
Okay.
And this was one of the first beats he played, and I looked at him and I was like, slide it to the side. like, and I was like,
Said,
I was
need
like,
that, so you like run it.
I was like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going to do something different on this beat than what people expect me to do.
Okay.
And he was like, I can't wait to hear this. But like my idea for it was that I wanted to give my interpretation of a smart trap.
Okay.
So like enlightened trap. Like
what does that mean exactly?
Like instead of me glorifying like the negative entities of trap, like I wanted to insert some knowledge into it, like and some real life into it. So like some of the lines I say in there are more like geared towards a lesson or like a life lesson. Like
okay.
And instead of me saying, you know, I got the most money and you know I can definitely have sex with your woman, it was more so like expand your mind. Like everything I'm doing is by design. I'm not the designer though. Like I'm part of the orchestra.
Okay.
Like the Most High is the designer.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in a position to bring forth this message.
Got you.
If you will.
Okay.
Like, so it's like, this is by design.
Yeah.
Like, because everything happens for a reason. Like, everything is designed. We're not writing the books. We're not writing the history. Like, it's after the fact. Like,
okay.
So,
all right.
So it was one of those things. Like,
I like that. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Because I was wondering, I was like, well, where's the title? And then you brought it full circle. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Money is the topic that I need to tote. Business is growing. Did you see my logo? Being comfortable has always been my focal. Cause I don't blend in, I'm just being social. I don't blend in, I'm just being social.
So with blend in, man, talk to me. Y'all sound like y'all don't like people on this track. But I get it in the sense that it's one of those things where, you don't want to be around too many people. You out for one intentional thing, that's to, pursue whatever the goal or the objective is. What was it like? What was the idea behind this track, and also what got you to get Pry into the fold with your feature with him?
Well, first off, Pry's my brother from another mother. Like, we go back to like the Baba Boudin, Dirty Jack days. So that part about it, that was easy. But the actual basis of the track was more so like, as far as blending in with what everybody else does.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
So it wasn't necessarily
to be taken
that,
like literally.
Yeah, like to be taken like literally. It's like you can be like, it's like being in a room full of rappers.
Yeah.
Like 70% of them may do the same type of music.
Uh-huh.
But there's going to be 30% of them that do their own thing. And I'm part of that 30%.
Gotcha.
Like I don't
okay.
I hang around rappers a lot, but I don't do what they do. They don't do what I do.
Got you. Okay.
So I don't blend in. I'm just being social.
Okay.
Like, so that's more where that comes from.
So
like
what does that part mean? Like when you're saying I'm just being social, what does the social part mean?
Well, the social part comes from like, if you only hang around people that do what you do, then like nothing about that is beneficial.
Okay.
Like, you should be in rooms with people that do different things than you.
Yeah.
And you can learn more.
Yeah.
But like the social part is really just like, we can always take something from somebody else as far as like what we can learn.
Okay.
So that's the social part of it. But I had to say it in a cool rapper way,
right?
Like, it just what I'm saying, like, and leave it up to interpretation, because the interpretation of it is always gonna be different.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, shout out to Aryez on that beat.
Okay.
Like, that song is actually older than you would think. And we've been sitting on that song for a while. Like,
wow.
Like,
how long?
Like, I can't even. I can't even. Let's see. When I got that beat from Li, I don't even know if he still stay in the same like complex that he that he stayed in when I got that beat from him. But with the original recording of that was at BTS Studios, that was in Fairfield, like close to Hamilton. So the first BTS Studios that was away from shout out to Todd. It was away from his house.
Okay.
Like, it was the first one out there. It was a little far. It was because it was in a complex with like a bar and like it was some other stuff in over there. Like,
yeah.
So it was, the original version was recorded out there. So like, I mean, we talking about maybe 7 or 8 years.
Oh wow.
Like that song, like age-wise on that song.
And it's still relevant. That's the dope part about it.
Yeah, because the thing is some people's Achilles heel is that they focus too much on current events that are dated.
Yeah, the now.
Like, so like when you say somebody's name that only exists, like what you're talking about only exists in that time frame that it exists in. Like, you can talk about corruption without saying somebody's name. Like, and there are only certain sports references that live forever.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a newer sports reference, you date the music. Like, so it was one of those things where, like, what we talked about in the record, nothing about it was dated. Like, so the record can live forever.
Yeah, like that.
So it was one of those, like, I tend to stay away from that stuff just because, one, I'm like, I see battle rappers do that a lot. Like, a lot of their stuff is like in the now. So, like, I try to steer away from that to not date the music.
Got you.